It's Wednesday, February 26th, and time for your Barbados Today Morning News Update. Stop the nonsense. The strong message from Youth Minister Adrian Forde as he warned young people against using the new mind-altering substance called the purple drank and lean. The minister made the plea as his Ministry of Youth Affairs and Community Empowerment concluded its presentation to the estimates debate in Parliament yesterday.
And I'm making a plea today to our young people to take stock and stop the nonsense. The dangerous effect of these combinations that they are using with the cough syrups, the Jolly Ranchers, and they want parents to be able to recognize these strains at home because it is as serious as almost every single thing. It is just as serious as you see your child walking around with a gun in hand. And when they take them in combination with methamphetamines, that is why we have to work with the immigration department, because we have to stop these things from coming through our borders.
Forde said his ministry has partnered with the National Council on Substance Abuse, the Barbados Drug Service, the Ministry of Health, the Immigration Department, and the Attorney General's Office in a bid to tackle the worrying problem.
And we have to educate our young people because the dangers and harm involved in using these products. Believe you me, Madam Chair, we have young persons using this combination who, after an episode, cannot tell you what they did the night before. And because of the heat created as an adverse effect of these drugs, they're taking off their clothes. Now, pray tell me how this could be seen as normal behavior, as the accepted norm in Barbados. We have incidents where young persons take up a gun and shoot all up in the air in the night after using this combination.
A number of Barbadian students are back home from China and have been cleared by health authorities. Foreign Affairs Minister Senator Dr. Jerome Walcott also disclosed that other students are still in some parts of China and every provision was being made for their continued safety. The update comes as officials here continue to keep a close eye on developments surrounding the deadly and highly contagious coronavirus, also known as COVID-19.
Some students who were in China 3 or 4 weeks ago have come back to Barbados. Their parents have made arrangements for them to come back. And if you've been following the public health announcements, a number of these students were quarantined either at home or where we monitored by our public health nurses. And so far, so good. There's been nothing to worry about. I believe out of all of that, there was just one student who was smart enough. He felt a fever. He informed the authorities. He was checked out. He had a test done, because I believe you're aware that the test can be done in Barbados and results are just in a matter of hours. And he was negative. So that situation, as far as we're concerned in Foreign Affairs, is stable.
Minister Walcott said students in Wuhan, China, where the virus originated, are still stable.
In terms of students in Wuhan, the 3 students that we have there, the conditions remain stable. The mission and our ambassador in Beijing is in contact with them. I'm indeed keeping in contact with other students in other parts of China. There are no real issues as such. We appreciate the assistance that the Chinese government has also been rendering in terms of their safety.
Change is inevitable, so says Principal of the University of the West Indies Keyville campus, Professor Eudine Barito, who maintains that there needs to be a rethink of educational policy. She made the comments in response to a question by Barbados Today about yesterday's announcement by Education Minister Santia Bradshaw of plans to abolish the 11+ exam.
Change is inevitable. You have to rethink educational policy, and you have to plan for it, and you have to know very clearly what you are replacing it with. But it is clear that we have to do something. I am concerned that every year we focus on the bright class 4s, and there are about 4 or 5 other classes that we don't hear about. And when those children do not make it into whatever, the schools, the top schools, the stigma of underperforming and all of that, and how it becomes problematic. But so I think change is inevitable, but at the same time, it has to be very well planned.
In other news, MP and Deputy House Speaker Glenn Clark has called on the Ministry of Labour to assist more Barbadians secure jobs overseas. He believes such a move would help workers who were retrenched in recent years. In response, Labour Minister Colin Jordan assured that his ministry was looking at all options and vigorously pursuing opportunities for job seekers.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Root Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume reveler, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
Regional developments now. A 14-member CARICOM election observer mission will monitor the March 2nd regional and general elections in Guyana. The CARICOM Secretariat said members are already arriving in the country for the polls, which will also be observed by other regional and international teams, including the Organization of American States, the Commonwealth, and the US-based Carter Center. Guyana extended an invitation to CARICOM to monitor the elections, which observers say is a straight fight between the ruling coalition, a partnership for national unity, and the main opposition, People's Progressive Party Civic. And finally, several European countries have announced their first coronavirus cases, with all appearing to be linked to the growing outbreak in Italy. The first positive virus test has also been recorded in Latin America. A Brazilian resident just returned from Italy. We get more in this CBS News report.
The number of coronavirus cases is up 50% in a day to well over 300. At least 11 people have now died. The bulk of the virus cases in Italy have been from within this cordoned off area. But there have been a few cases reported now elsewhere in the country, and that's a worry. Police roadblocks can stop people, but can they stop a virus? New cases have now spread from the north across the whole country, and to other countries: Austria, Croatia, Switzerland, France, and Spain. Another unrelated cluster has emerged in Iran, where an unwell-looking deputy health minister, Iraj Harirchi, who had downplayed the outbreak of the disease there, has now admitted he's got it.
And that's news. But for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.